Well, yesterday, the team of Ecuadorian engineers here officially handed over 3 completed bridges on behalf of the Ecuadorian government to the government and people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The bridges in Plan, Cacarta and Top Sharps in Chateaubriand are described as examples of hard work and dedication by the Ecuadorians and also a representation of the ongoing infrastructural development in SVG. Minister of State Senator Julian Francis commended Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves for his efforts in improving the diplomatic ties with SVG and an increasing number of foreign countries. Francis further urged Vincentians to cherish the new infrastructure and to play their part in ensuring that the bridges remain intact for future generations.
Today is a joyous day for me and a joyous day for the people of North Leeward. That despite all the problems or some of the problems that we have had in the initial stages of this project, then today we can come here and sit with our brothers and sisters from Ecuador and deliver to you, the people of North Leeward, this bridge here in Plan, the one in Cacarta and the one in Top Sharps. Remember the dedication, commitment and hard work of our Ecuadorian brothers and sisters. Copy their work plan, copy their work style, and let us use that as an example to drive us in carrying our own work forward. As Minister of State in the ministry, I personally want to thank Major Manuel and his crew and the government of Ecuador and all the local guys and girls in Chateaubriand, in Cacarta and Sharps who worked along with them for delivering to the people 3 much needed bridges.
The commander of the Ecuadorian Army Corps of Engineers, Major Manuel Corembas, says that his people are pleased with the work they have done, knowing the benefits to be had by the people of SVG. He further adds that Ecuador is happy to be able to be a part of this country's history and development.
Today, we are sons of St. Vincent and the Grenadines because we helped to write an important step in its history, development and progress. Gradually, we have been changing the face of the earth, sharing with God the gift of creating beauty in nature. As good engineer soldiers, we have building in record time not just 1 bridge, but 4. 3 acro panel bridge, Plan, Top Sharps and Cacarta, with 12.20 meters of longitude each, and the hot bridge with 24 meters. Thus, we are writing one enduring symbol of love on behalf of Ecuador for the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Meanwhile, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Transport and Works, Hudson Ned, urges the residents of the area to remember the cost and labor put into the construction of the new bridges by the Ecuadorians and to always be appreciative of their efforts.
A lot of money, not only to put in place, but to maintain. And we want, from the ministry point of view, we are appealing to the general public to show your appreciation for the hard work that was put in by our friends from Ecuador and some of the people from this community who joined them in the construction of these bridges. To recognize that it is for you. It is to serve this and the future generations, not only of these communities here in North Leeward, but the entire country.
Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves says not to underestimate the potential and talent of the many persons in the far places of the island. Speaking at yesterday's handing over of the bridges, the PM congratulated the North Leeward constituency for their noticeably improved and commendable performance in the recent CPEA examination. Dr. Gonsalves says that he is pleased with the overall results and adds that it can only get better from now on.
I'm very happy to see the children, and I want to congratulate the 4 schools in North Leeward on their very good performance in the recent Caribbean Primary exit assessment, the CPA, Dixon Methodist, Lauder's Primary, Layu Government, Leeward District 70 Adventist, that's in Buchanan, Lomans Windward Anglican, Mayo Government, Mustique Government, Stephanie Brown Primary in Union Island, Sugar Mill Academy, which is a private fee-paying school in Ratamill, Turama, which is in North Windward, and Chumuka, which is in North Leeward. In addition to those 11, one child went in from the School for Special Need in Georgetown, and that child passed.
Prime Minister Gonzalez says in the past the schools in the rural areas would have been at the bottom of the list, but he believes that with the education revolution, each school has now been able to hold its own.
In the old days, you had to look for those country schools down the bottom. Those who did not pass, we do not consider them of having failed. What they get is something called pass deferred. That's why all of them go inside the secondary school. And we have measures in place for those who are pass deferred to bring them up to speed so that in 5 years' time they'll be able to take their CXC examinations and then to go on to community college and then go on to university. That is the education revolution.
In an effort to increase the contribution of agriculture to the economy of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, authorities here have been advised to devise more creative ways to engage youth to become more involved in the agriculture sector. Technical specialist from AICA, Michael Dalton, while speaking at a Youth in Agriculture Forum themed Empowering the Youth to Sustain and Strengthen the Agriculture Sector earlier this week, says he believes that in order to ensure the longevity and prosperity of the agriculture sector, SVG will need to make some essential changes to involve the youth.
Youths are ideal change agents. Youth simply have a greater capacity for abstract thought and for accepting new ideas and innovations. Change implies risk. As we age, we become more settled, we become less inclined to take risks. I think we all agree that our agriculture, if it is to survive and prosper, requires fundamental changes in the way that we do things. There must be change in our thinking of agriculture, change in production practices and technologies, changes in policy regimes and approaches, and changes in discipline related to how we apply ourselves to living and production.
Dalton says agriculture is one of the sectors within the country that has the potential to significantly address the high unemployment rates.
As I said, youth is a big part of the population, over 50%. Unemployment within this group is high. Agriculture provides opportunity for productive engagement at the primary level or upstream in agro-processing industries and into the professions of natural sciences. Any advance in the sector will therefore be driven to a large part by a youth component. Any industry that we have now must have a significant component of youth, and agriculture is no exception.
The Ministry of Health, Wellness and the Environment is embarking on strengthening the response to the rising scourge of non-communicable diseases and other diseases in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. NCDs are the leading cause of mortality and morbidity in the region, and CARICOM member states have the highest burden of non-communicable diseases in the region of the Americas. The ministry has therefore started work to implement the chronic care model and will continue to do so, since this identifies the essential element of a healthcare system that encourages high quality chronic disease care. As a result, the ministry, in collaboration with the Pan American Health Organization, will convene workshops in Beckway and on the mainland to discuss the chronic care model in Learning Session 2 and apply the assessment tool and collaborating plan. In Beckway, the workshop will be held on June 22nd and 23rd from 8:30 to 4 p.m. in Port Elizabeth. On the mainland, the workshop will be held on June 24th and 25th from 8:30 to 4 at the Methodist Church Hall in Kingstown. The facilitator of the sessions will be Dr. Tomo Kanda, PAHO advisor on chronic diseases and mental health.